Hi there, welcome to Get Gardening. On today's episode, I'll be taking a look at all the things that are blooming in May. We had several days here above 90 degrees, so my tulips weren't going to make it very long, so I wanted to make sure I showed you everything while those Mayflowers were blooming. So come on and join me today and get gardening. I got the second coat of paint on that back wall. I really am loving that dark charcoal color. I think it makes everything really pop up against it, much more so in my opinion than the white that I had in the previous year. Here you can see my Shinda Shoujo Japanese maple has leafed out. When it comes into leaf, the leaves are just this brilliant, bright fire engine red. I absolutely love it. The leaves will turn green for the summertime. In the foreground here you can see I have another one of my maples, which is Acer Autumn Moon. The leaves appear a beautiful orange russet color. And you can also see that my tree peony, this one is High Noon. It has 3 buds on it. I've never seen this one bloom before. It is yellow. The Japanese Andromeda still has its little white bells on it. The rhododendron is starting to fade though. You can see I put the first coat of paint on that back wall. I wasn't able to get the second one because I have a visitor up there that I'll show you, but the same thing, even with just one coat of paint on, I think all the plants really pop, from my bonsais to my other Japanese maples. The green that we see there just is so brilliant. 2 other Japanese maples I wanted to show you are this one, which is Acer Butterfly. When it emerges, there's this beautiful pink on the leaves. It's a green and white variety, variegated, but the pink really is just a little something that I like. It makes all the different colors look great. This is Acer Corallinum, and it emerges this brilliant reddish coral color, hints of orange in it. That one will turn green as well. Here I've got an Epimedium that's blooming. This one came back from last year. They have brilliant little orchid-like flowers. They're so tiny you have to get really close to really appreciate and admire them. This is a plant that I want more of in my garden. They come in lots of different colors, and I would love some other ones. You can see I started working on the pathway again. I finished the main chunk of it. There's some little offshoot shoots that I need to do. And the tulips in here are really looking nice. That's Tulip Marie Antoinette. There's a yellow variety that I have that really looks gorgeous. I want to add more of this yellow color on the other side of the path as well. Now my plan is to remove these 2 lattice panels, but I haven't had the heart to take this one down yet because this clematis has just got so many buds in it. I did remove the one over here so I could tie the rows up along the house. Some of my perennials are getting ready to bloom, like this columbine, and you'll see them open later in the episode. My Japanese painted fern, I love the silver of that plant, and the primroses. I always forget to divide these, but I love the bright color of them. Here, after I got my first coat of paint on, a nest started forming right there, so I think I'll leave it alone. Let's take a look at the front yard. This is an almond bush, flowering almond, and the tulips over here that I just have on the side of the driveway. I just planted them a few years ago, and I really think they're starting to look marvelous together. There's a double form, a purple. I have some grape hyacinths along the foreground, and a nice purple and white variety that I'll show you on the other side of the house. So looking at the front house this way, things started looking really nice as well. The magnolias were blooming. I have this purple tulip that's getting stressed from the heat. Like I said, this is before we had 4 days of 90 degrees. All those tulips that you see here, they're all completely gone. So I'm glad I got to capture this for you. I love that hot pink coral tulip. I planted those the first year I moved to this house, and they've multiplied beautifully. And then my absolute favorite plant at this time of the year is this red bud. It's an Appalachian red. It is just the most brilliant hot pink color. I can't find it anywhere. I wanted another one to match on the other side of the house. I need to figure out how I can propagate it because my air layering did not take from last year. It seems to be a very rare variety. I haven't been able to find it anywhere. The roses are really starting to fill out, and you can just see some of the other tulips that I have in the front here. They're looking really nice. Along my parkway, I have the 3 circles that house my Yoshino cherry trees. I love this little white daffodil. The centers emerge more yellow and then they start to fade to a white. I added some violas in the front yard. They're really looking nice. And my blue phlox at the front of the garden is blooming. The scent of that is just divine. And one last glance at the front yard with some of the spring color. I can't wait for all those roses and peonies to bloom. In the back, I added my water fountain again. It used to look more purple. I'm actually happy that the purple has faded. It's the color I wanted it to be, and at night it just shimmers and glows so beautifully. The light lights up my maple. Here you can see it's a robin who's got a nest up there, so I can't wait for them to fledge the nest. There's a little puppy. I wanted you to see everything in the front here just a few days further on. You can see the leaves, everything is starting to look really lush and green. My bonsais have leafed out beautifully. This azalea hasn't bloomed for a year or two, so I'm really happy to see it. It looks very nice. I want to trim that one to make it more compact to fit with this Japanesey feel that I have in the side of the house. And the most exciting thing is that I've got my tree peonies in bloom. This one is Floral Rivalry, or Hanakasoi. It has 3 buds, 2 are open at this point, 1 is not yet open. The scent is just so magnificent, it's so divine. I love how these are. I want to add a lot more tree peonies to the garden over the years. Come back to the walkway garden to show you all the alliums just started opening from the heat that we had. Those little yellow Antoinette tulips that I showed you, they take on a pink reddish tinge that is just so beautiful. You can see my columbines did open. I love the color of them. Columbine is a plant that I want to add some more to this garden just because at this time of the year I would like some more color in this garden, and I think the columbines echo the alliums, look really beautiful. The perennial wallflower started opening as well. Next year I'm going to divide this plant to spread it throughout the walkway garden as well. It actually has a beautiful scent. There's 2 in here at the moment, but those alliums, they always take my breath away, and I'm always sad that they don't last longer. They really only last about a week. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you're able to get out there and get gardening.